Down Dooom here. Guess where I'm going? Can you guess where I'm going? Can you guess where I'm going? Yes, it's busy, yeah. Neon Doom Room. Not in the Neon Doom Room. Nowhere near the Neon Doom Room. I'm in Preston, or the Preston area. I'm going to... I won't tell you. I'll just show you. Welcome, welcome to all of you to the Doom vlog episode 27. I know it's 27 because it's up there. I can see it. I can't forget that when it's written right in front of me. Welcome. It's BZ here in the Neon Doom room. I'm feeling like I'm not getting focus from Roddy here, Rotten Roddy. G'day, guys. Welcome. Welcome, High Plains Drifters. Welcome, Busters of Ghosts and Raiders of Lost Arks. Arks. We need to ask you a question. I hate it when people do that. G'day, guys. I was uncertain as to whether I was going to be here tonight. I don't know. Things have been very quiet on the YouTube front. I've, my fingers pointed squarely at YouTube for that one. I'm not a terrible narrator. I know I'm not. I'm not a terrible host, but there's something going on with YouTube. Anyway, we won't go into that straight away. I will welcome you to another episode of the Doom vlog, and I want to welcome Roddy, my camera. Rotten Roddy. Rotten Roddy. What can we say about Rotten Roddy? He's ever-present, all-knowing, all-seeing, unjudgmental, the most quality attribute to have for anybody, including a camera. So here we are in the Doom room, in the Neon Doom room. I've got a movie playing. Oh, God, every single time. Same side as the TV. I've got a movie playing up here. They remade this in the 80s. I'm pretty sure it was the 80s. In the 80s, and this is the original. Can you tell me what this movie is? Can you tell me? Can anybody tell me what this movie is? I actually had some vague memory of this movie being black and white. That's how old this movie is. But it's not black and white. It's actually color and widescreen. So hopefully I don't get dinged for it. It is a very old movie. I'm sure YouTube will be focusing on my face and not so much on the background. But that is an old horror movie. What year would it be? I'll give you a hint. I'm sure it's on here. I can't show you the case. Hang on a second, 1958. 1958. Very old. Very old indeed. But still color. Vibrant, bristling color. I don't know if bristling color is a real term for things. But there it is, right above my finger. And you'll know it because in the 80s they remade it into a much more gory movie. Not much happens in this movie, but it does happen. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Doom vlog, episode 27. We are not going to have a very long episode tonight. I'm just letting you know that in advance. Because, like I said, I wasn't too sure if I was going to be here. I've been trying to figure out a way to reformat my channel. I know, well, I'm fairly certain that YouTube, maybe they haven't shadow banned me or anything, but they've definitely, there's something going on there because I'm not getting any exposure. I mean, I do a lot of the hard yakka myself. I jump on Instagram and I spread the word. And people come from there. That's great. And the people that do hang out with me and follow me and my friends on Instagram, love you. I appreciate you when you come in and drop in. I know some people are elsewhere or overseas at the moment as well, so we're not seeing some of our more regular people. But yeah, love you guys. It's just that I need more people from the big wide web world of webness to be joining me, and they're not. So I've been trying to figure out how to reformat my channel, what to do. Maybe I should switch to a gaming channel. I don't know, but just anything to stimulate, great word, stimulate the algorithm into sending this out to more people. So you might see some shifts, maybe, if I can get off my butt. I've been so busy. If I can get off my butt, you might see some shifts into some other things. Still haven't, the earnings begun. I still haven't started my Alien Earth reviews. I still got the bumper ready for it, and I've still got the I still have the thumbnails for it, but I haven't started as yet. That's just something I'm trying to squeeze into everything else because I don't even really get that much time to watch movies in between as well. That's the hard thing. It's like I want to come in here in the Doom room, and I want to come in here and watch movies, and I want to be able to go, oh, well, that was a good movie, and walk away from it thinking, well, that was fun. But unfortunately, we don't always get the chance to do that. The last couple of days, my family was away for a little bit down the coast, and I was working, of course, but at night time I would come home, make dinner, and I chucked on just streaming. I shouldn't have done it streaming. I should have done it through my physical collection because that's what it's here for. But I watched The Lord of the Rings again. But I watched the theatrical cuts. This is something I don't often get to do. Obviously, I've got duties as a dad in the household and not a lot of time. But I watched all three of the theatrical cuts, and it just made me realise I don't really like them very much. They don't make much sense without all the additional stuff. I mean, they're fun, they're good, but they cut. There's a lot of cuts. There's a lot of like one thing to another, and you're not entirely certain of how things go unless you're a Tolkien fan like myself. But yeah, not a fan. And I fell asleep in the last one because I don't know why, because I was tired. But yeah, good. But I think I'll stick to the extended. I don't think I'll get rid of my theatrical cuts just for the collector value of them, or collector. I don't know what you'd say about it. Having them as part of my collection. But yeah, not a fan of the theatrical cuts. I prefer the extended editions, and I could say the same for The Hobbit as well. Although I don't know that many people that I personally know that actually like The Hobbits, the three Hobbit movies. I thought they were okay for what they were. And we all know that, you know, Peter Jackson was handed a bit of a bum note on that one, and he made the best of it as best he could. Took it from 2 movies to 3, and yeah, he added a bunch of other stuff in, but I think it just expands the world. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. First thing we're going to do tonight to kick start the Dooom vlog is to do what we always do, and I just found some random bubble wrap that I think, I don't know why that's there. Probably came out of a disc or something. That was a bit weird. Is we're going to have a beer. I actually got a few beers today. I went to Dan Murphy's and I was rifled through their clearance section, and they're not always super cheap, but you get some cheap ones. Woo! Yeah, and I picked up some beers. So I'm not too sure which one I'm going to go for, because there was actually a cider as well, but that was like 6.9%. I don't think I could handle that at this time of night. I think I might go for a German beer, just because. We had somebody drop into the chat, into the live, but then dropped out again. But that was early on. That was in the waiting screen. Did you like my waiting screen? I just sort of found some old footage that I didn't use for anything, and I just sort of piecemealed it together. A bit all over the place tonight. So tonight we're going to do beer. Then we're going to do Let's Get Physical Media. I'm going to yawn a lot. I am going to yawn a lot tonight. I'm just warning you for that in advance if you hadn't already guessed. Maybe some of our regulars will drop in. Somebody just dropped in. Who's our live viewer? Somebody's come back maybe, or somebody's dropped in for the first time. Present thyself into the chat if you want to. Say hello, and I will, of course, say hello back. And Roddy's always ready for a hello. What was I going to say? I watched another movie the other day, and I forgot which movie it was. I was going to talk about it. It'll come back to me soon. I don't watch that many movies. Yeah, cool. All right, let me go to our first segment of the evening. And once again, I apologise that if I'm all over the place tonight, because I don't think I was really 100% prepared to be here tonight, but here I am. And I actually was like, no, I'm doing it. I've got stuff to show you guys, so let's do it. Let's go and have a bar. It is beer time. It is late for a beer for me. It was 2:37. Holy Toledo. It's very late. It's a very late one. I'm getting a few days off next week, but not after I have to trudge through a Monday and trudge through a Tuesday. So that's okay. We might do some more stuff in between. But I haven't been doing a lot of shopping lately. I've been waiting for some mail to come in, and it hasn't, so there won't be a mail segment tonight. We got some good mail last time. Did I put it away? Yeah, I put it away already. But I got my Holy Grail. I don't know if anybody remembers. If you haven't seen that episode, go ahead and watch the last couple of episodes. Or stick your headphones in and have a good old listen if you don't want to watch. That's what I do. Yeah, I found UMI's very first EP. Not Goddamn. Goddamn was their second one. Their first one was called Can't Get Started. And that was a find and a half, because I got 6 CDs for $50 plus postage. So they were about, what would that be? I think they're about $10. It equated to about $10 each. But for a CD that is on the market on its own for about 70 plus, close to 100, it's only got 4 tracks on it, or 5 tracks. I mean, that was an amazing score. That was an amazing score and a piece of history re-owning. Is that a real word? Re-owning? Re-owning a CD that I personally owned back in the day that I thought no one cared about. And then in my travels, I don't think I sold it. Maybe I passed it on. I can't remember. I lost it even. I don't know. But yeah, it's been on my radar for a long time. So I'm super, super, super stoked to have that, because you will not find that anywhere. And that they will, not that I'm the kind of person that wants to collect it just because it's rare. I'm not that kind of person. There's a few things I am a little bit like that with, but not music. Music's more about the, look, if I can't own it on physical media and it's gone out of print and I want it, like, I've got to find some way to get it. And that's the hunt, the great wild physical media hunt that us collectors do, which is always, you know, touching base on eBay and Discogs and whatever else you touch base on, or, you know, going through your local stores to try to find that elusive piece of physical media that you want to own. Because this is where we're at streaming. I can listen to tons of you and my albums on streaming services and on, you know, Apple Music and all that. But there'll be one album like Can't Get Started that won't be on there. God damn's on there, but Can't Get Started is not on there. Go through all the EPs, all the singles, it's not there. So you can't have everything with streaming. You know, as much as I like streaming on its own, for its own reasons, I like streaming, but there are some things that you just will not be able to find. And so being able to own them physically, even if they're rare, becomes such a prized feat. You know, it becomes how do I explain it? It's something that you should be able to enjoy because of the love of having something you can listen to whenever you want. You don't have to have the boundaries and the fortifications around things based on unavailability, rarity, you know, distribution rights, all that sort of stuff, hanging up or holding up something that you want to watch or listen to. This is where physical media is so, so important. And I encourage all of you out there that collect physical media, and I mean that as in collectors of physical media, not resellers. Look, I appreciate resellers. I resell occasionally myself, but I'm not a reseller. It's not my job. I don't go hunting to resell. I just think resellers take away from the collectors because things become overpriced. And that's a whole new discussion that I'd love to have one day on here. And love to have a big chat about it with a lot of people to be able to back and forth on it. But I just think us as collectors, we need to continue, and I support all of you in continuing to find the things you love, because we're not hoarders, we're collectors. We want things in our collection that mean something to us, and it's very, very important. So I felt like I had a bit of a Breakfast Club moment with you guys there, and I'm going to shed a few tears over it. But no, I'm being serious. So I sit in this little room here, this little room of joy. You know, I have friends that come in here and just go, whoa, like, just can't believe there's so much stuff in here that they remember. But that's how I feel about this. And this is how I feel about physical media and toys and collecting. It's important. It's, you know, it won't come with me when I go, but my kids might want some of it. My friends might want some of it. You know, like, it will get passed on. It won't get thrown away. It's a really important part of our lives. Now, I'm getting distracted here. I said I'd have a beer. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and have another beer. What have I done with my... I'll just do it again. Yeah, all right. That's enough. All right, so let's get the beer out. I've got a glass here. I've got my Hard Rock Cafe glass, which I can't figure out. Somebody tell me, is this kind of glass a schooner? Or is it a pint? Or is it somewhere between a pint and a schooner? Because I can pour like what I would equate to a schooner's worth in here, and there's a little bit of space left at the top. But then there's that little bit of space left at the top. So I don't know whether this is a pint. I thought a pint was much bigger than a schooner, but someone can educate me. My Hard Rock Cafe glass that I found in an op shop. I think I only paid maybe $4 or $5 for it. But it's my Phuket glass. I know it's Phuket. I know they say it's Phuket. But when I'm having a bad day, when I'm having a bad day and I say to Roddy, I've had a bad day, we all just got to say, fuck it. Fuck it. Let's just get on with it. All right, so let's have a beer in our Hard Rock Cafe fuck it glass. I'll get a beer. There's no one here to help me choose. We lost our live viewer. Yep, we lost our live viewer, but that's okay. We're going to pick just a random beer. Let's just pick a random beer. Hang on. I get to watch my butt again. We're knocking things over. Go to the fridge of doom. Oh, there's a man up there. He's getting his shotgun. He's getting his shotgun ready. Something bad's happening. Let's get that here. Let's get this. There we go. There we go. Mate. Let's take this sticker off. It says reduced. That's not going to come off, is it? Me and stickers. I just want to have the beer label. Have you guessed the movie yet? Has anyone guessed the movie? Is anyone there to guess the movie? Why do I put things where they're going to fall down? Go there. My room is so tiny. I had to make everything fit in here, which is a bit diabolical at times. 3x3 room, crammed to the brim. You can see it by the background. It's up to the ceiling with toys and movies. I've got a beer here, but they put the sticker right on the label. So you can see the beer here. It's a German beer, but it's got the $4.72 label on it. Was reduced. Look, I wasn't going to spend $4.72, but I figured for this kind of beer, if I got a few cheaper ones, this would be pretty good. So let's just peel it past the point on the label so I can read the actual label. There we go. Not pretty, but it got the job done. How are we all tonight? We all good? I hope you're collecting and finding the things that you want out there. All right, so what do we got? Now, my German is very rusty. I did it in high school for 3 years. And do you think I could remember much of it? It's a Weihenstephaner. Weihenstephaner. Traditional Bayerisch Dunkel. Traditional Bayerisch Dunkel. Premium Bavaricum, which I think is from Bavaria, maybe? Maybe it's not German. Bavaria is very close to Germany. Beer. Traditional Bayerisch Dunkel. 5.2% alcohol volume. It does say Germany. It's all in German, which is good because it means it's from Germany. But maybe we should see what Beer Advocate has to say about it without going into Beer Advocate, because you have to log in now. All right, so we go. How do you spell this? This is like relearning the alphabet. Weihen Stefan. Beer Advocate. Hefeweißbier? It is a Weissbier, isn't it? Premium Bavaricum. Tradition. I don't think that's Tradition. Bayerisch Dunkel. I don't think that's what that is, but does it say it on there? I get confused. It's a Bayerisch Dunkel. Okay, hang on. Let's redo this. Tradition Bayerisch Dunkel. Is that going to give it to me? I think that's it. Is that it? Weihenstephaner tradition. Bayerisch Stasbrau Weihenstephan. It doesn't have a picture, so I can't tell. Does say 5.2%. What does this say? It just said, yeah, 5.2. So I think it's this one. Traditional Bayerisch Dunkel. The name says it all. Weihenstephaner Dunkel is a beloved dark beer and a Bavarian tradition. The beer complements savory dishes such as roast, poultry, and game. Flavor and color. This dark amber lager captivates with its slightly sweet caramel flavor and resonates with nuances of red fruits. These are counterpoised by a pleasant bitterness in the aftertaste. Together, all of these elements produce a delightfully unique flavor, foam, and aroma. The delectable roasted malt aromas rising from the beer are an olfactory treat. The foam crowning the beer is compact and eggshell white. 3.2 out of 5. Dried fruit, plums, figs, sweet, semi-sweet, brown sugar, hint of lingering bitterness. Very nice. 3.93. Poured from a 50, I don't know if that's ml bottle. Dark chocolate, yeast, molten bread. Full mouthfeel, delicious, crisp, and fresh. Love the heaviness, nice lacing. Love it. 4.4 out of 5. Vom Fass, all I can say is chocolate, 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 mostly milk chocolate and malty, quite malty, but not really all that heavy. An excellent dunkel, as one can expect from a brewery such as Weihenstephan. Weihenstephan. Wow, I think I said that right that time. I did have to keep myself asking myself why I was drinking, if I was drinking a Corbinian Doppelbock or a dunkel. Wow. And then I'm getting a lot of 4.4s, 3.94s, 3.87. Yeah, cool. Seems like people quite like it, though it's not top tier. Very good. Let's get out of this very bright screen. And let's open this. It's not as cold as I wanted. I put it right next to the freezer because it was in my bag. But let's just open it. We're going to open the Weihenstephaner traditional Bayerisch Dunkel. And we're going to pour it. Very good. Bins over there. Really? Is my TV freezing up? Hang on 2 seconds. I usually ice up my my cup before and make it nice and cold, but I haven't done that this time. Right, just wanted to get that going again. Can you guess what movie's playing in the background yet? Anyone guess? Any guesses? Let's pour this. This should probably fill up this glass. Well, it is quite dark, isn't it? Wonder if I'll make it. You think I'll make it? I think I'll make it. Was there ever any doubt? Very dark. Very dark indeed. These are dark days for the rebellion. Okay. There's a little bit of head on that. Look how dark it is. Can we get it in the light from the overhead crown light? It's very dark. I wonder what the smells like. Ooh, it does have a chocolatey smell. You can smell the bitterness too. All right. Shall we do this? Let's do this. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful, mate. Beautiful. We've had 2 views tonight. No current live viewers. That's actually okay. Very, very nice. It does have a bit of aftertaste, which I really, really like. And there is some lacing on the glass, as you can see from here. That's what they're talking about when they're saying lacing on the glass. It sticks to the glass. Still don't know why that's so important. Okay. All right, so where are we at? We're going to do some media talk, maybe? Let's do some media talk. I think we need to move on to let's get physical media. I think I need to top this up too. Fix it later. All right, let's let me just remind you all, if you're interested in what I do here on this channel, if you don't get bored by my endless babbling about movies and my random thoughts, maybe you'd like to consider subscribing. Subscribing is a very small gesture for you and a huge result for me as a small content creator. A like, a comment, a share, even a thumbs down will be something that is very beneficial to me as a small channel. So if you like anything about what I do, consider subscribing. You can always unsubscribe later. And if you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. If you're signed in, throw me a thumbs up, throw me a thumbs down, write a comment. You know, if there's something, one thing in my video you like, tell me the one thing you liked in the video. All comments are important. Any interaction with my channel is important because what happens is silence is the killer. Just like in an 80s slasher movie, if I don't hear anything, I'm going to expect the worst. Silence is the killer. When nobody interacts with me, Instagram is great because I get back and forth with people. I mean, maybe not as much as I'd like. Same scenario with the algorithm. But yeah, if you like anything about what I talk about, if you've got a memory of something a core memory of what we talk about, something that reminds you of a movie that you watched, talk about it. Tell me. Throw it in the comments. You know, I'll be very interested to hear about it. I'm a very communicatable person. That's not a real word, I don't think. I'm a very easygoing person. If you want to have a conversation, I'll have a conversation. So go ahead and join in if you'd like, and let's move on to let's get physical media.
Let's get physical media. I wanna get physical media. Let me hear your movies talk.
Let me hear your movies talk. It's not just movies we talk about when it comes to physical media. It is also music as well, VHS, all sorts of stuff. Very, very nice. All right, so like I said, where did I put it? I haven't done a lot of op shopping. As I've discussed in the past, I don't want to spend too much time picking up movies that I'm probably not going to watch. So I am whittling them down to things that I think really is what I really want. Or mostly, sorry about the noise, mostly what I really want. Today I did some op shopping. Part of this will be part of Toy Talk. So I'm going to take that out and separate it because I found something interesting there. Most of the time I am looking for odd things. I see the same things everywhere I go. You know, I'll go from one store to another and I think, did these guys collect the same movie and like, you know, set them aside and divvy them up between each store because it feels like I see the same movies in every store. We're like, oh yeah, I remember that. And then I go to another store, it's like, that's the same one. And the next store after that. Kind of feels like they're all kind of like sharing doubles of things. That's what I feel like sometimes. And they're really weird movies as well. Not weird in a good way, but like a random movie that you wouldn't think would be thrown away or gotten rid of, and everyone seems to have a copy of it. I remember when I was really, really looking for, now what was the movie? It was it? Oh yeah, Last of the Mohicans. I couldn't find for a long time, and then now suddenly I see it everywhere. I'm talking years of not seeing The Last of the Mohicans anywhere. Thunderheart. Thunderheart, that's another one. I remember going to a JB Hi-Fi years ago and going, oh, you know, do you have Thunderheart? And they laughed at me like, that's out of print. I'm like, yeah, and I didn't understand back then. Like, can you just get it for me and I'll pay for it? Doesn't work like that. Things are out of print. For a long time, years, I'm talking like a decade, I was looking for Thunderheart. And eventually I found one, then I found another one. So I found one on eBay that I bought. Wasn't sure if it was legit. Then I found a real one in an op shop. So I've got both. I should separate one of them out in a competition or something. And now it seems that I see Thunderheart everywhere. But why did it take 10, 15 years to get to that point? How does that work that everyone's getting rid of Thunderheart suddenly? After all these years of me trying to find it. I mean, I was stoked to find it. It was like on my list of things to find. But now it's like I go out, I still see it out there. Why? Why did it take this long? So weird. Going hunting is one of the weirdest things that you go through. 99% of what you look at is not of no interest. I go through all the VHSs like I did today. This one store, particular Vinnie's, has quite a lot of VHSs. And if you like every VHS, you'd love it. But if you're picky and you're looking for a specific kind of like, you know, a little bit oddball, a little bit out of the norm, then you don't really find that much of them. You just don't. So you just you got to be picky. Otherwise you come home with everything, and I don't have room for everything. I've actually boxed up so many VHSs, I've boxed up DVDs, I've boxed up so many things because I don't have room in here. So we're down to the things that I do want to look after. Things I want to look for and want to find and put in my collection. So I've got this bag here, and I found some pretty good music, actually, to be honest. So I'm happy about that. Sorry, I want to drink that beer because it's really, really nice. So let me go through my finds. I'll go through the 3 CDs that I found. Was it 3? I thought maybe I might have found more than that. I found a cassette today of Dennis Leary's. It's a single of Dennis Leary's "You're an Asshole, Yo Yo." It was a single, but it was torn at the top. And they wanted $2 for this single. I was like, yeah. I put it back because it was quite ripped on the side. But $2 for a single. I mean, $2 for a full cassette. Not happy about it, but I will pay it. But $2 for a single, you know, I got to draw the line somewhere. You know, because really, CDs and DVDs shouldn't cost more than $1. Actually, if you think I'm stingy, go and watch other channels. Other channels, same thing. You got other Aussie channels that are just like $2 for a movie is too much. $3, $4 for a movie, too much. You know, Blu-ray should be $2 to $3. A lot of the times they're like $4 to $5, $6, $7, depending on where you get them. CD shouldn't be more than $1. A lot of places are $2 plus. I can do $2 for a CD, but especially a used one, but I can't do like $5 for a CD, and I definitely can't do like $5, $6, $7 for a Blu-ray. It's just not worth my while, unless it's rare. Unless it's rare or hard to find, yeah, can't do it. Same with VHS tapes, you know, 50 cents, $1 maybe, $2, $2.50 only if I really want them. Anything above $2.50, I got to really ask myself the question of, do I really want this? You know? And I know a lot of the times I regret things. I often regret things, but you know, why are we going out and spending $50 on physical media when we shouldn't be? I just don't think we should be paying that much money for things. It's an op shop. It's not an antique store. Yeah, I don't understand why people think that it's okay to. Like, I've gone into stores and seen a VHS that's 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents, and then you find a named movie that's kind of like Animal House, for example, that I found, $4. It's like, why? Why is it suddenly $4? Why? Well, you think Animal had this dirty copy of Animal House, which, by the way, I bought. They reduced it to $1 for me. And I have to ask the question because I'm not stingy. Like, I'll pay. But I'm going to ask the question, why are these all 50 cents and why is this $4? And why is this other VHS movie $4? Why are you doing, what is the reasoning behind, oh no, that's just, I had a guy in one store going, that's just the way it is. I'm like, well, then I'm not going to buy it. I said, you can put it aside. I'm not paying $4 for it. You know, and if you're smart, like a lot of the ladies are, they just go, I'll just reduce it to $1. Because I'm not, this is not a, it's not a reseller's store. It's not an antique store. Why would I pay $4 for a VHS tape and then I turn around the corner and DVDs are $2? Why? DVDs are newer than VHS tapes. Blu-rays are newer than DVDs. The prices are going to go up, not down. That you shouldn't be paying $4 for a VHS tape and $2 or $1 for a DVD. And like, you'd be sensible if you take the advice and say, yeah, that doesn't sound right. And not have that whole thing that one of the ladies said to me, oh, I think they're worth more now. What's that got to do with you? You're a charity store. What has the pricing structure of rare items got to do with you? It's like when you see people collect, sorry, I'm ranting now, I'm ranting. But what is the pricing structure of antiques got to do with you? You're a charity store. Your whole basis of your store is about helping people that want to come in here and spend money, and it all goes in your coffers and it all goes towards a better place. Great, I believe that. But why then be like, oh, that's just the way it is? No. I've had people say, oh, no, you know, Gary out the back's pricing today, and he kind of prices things all over the place. I went to Savers once on another sidetrack, and I was going through their CDs, and it was like $1, $1, and then there was like $7, $10. I'm like, these are not 2-disc editions. These are random CDs. I don't know why they thought suddenly this one was worth $10. Why is it worth $10? This is the problem we have with reselling things. And I get it. I get it that somebody out there thinks it's worth that, but why are you not looking at the other ones? Walk to your shelf in the morning. Do a morning walk. Go to the shelf and go, oh, all of these are priced at that. And then go back there and start your pricing structure. And if you have to move it to $2 instead of $1, then do it to all of them. Don't just be like, this one's $10, that one's $7, this one's $5. Oh, these other ones are $2 just randomly for no reason at all. You guys are a charity store, honestly. Like, get your shit together, because people come to you to get affordable items, not to go out and spend $70 on a pair of shoes when you can go out and spend $30 on a pair of shoes. It doesn't make sense. I said shoes. I went to shoes, but just because there's been some debate about charity stores and fashion. Anyway, let's get back to it. Let's get physical media. First things I want to talk about is CDs. I've got 3 of them, and they were today. So I was kind of happy, not happy. No, really happy with what I found. And there were a few things there. I was like, you know, I could buy them, but I'm not really going to listen to them. I like the idea of them, but these were cool. So let's do the thing I found first. Let's go backwards. First thing I found, please tell me it is, I should look it up. I'm pretty sure I remember the cover for this, and it is taped up for no reason at all, because it's Vinnie's. They're using the Vinnie's lock on the CDs, which is sticky tape. I hate the sticky. I want to look at the disc. I want to look at the quality of the disc before I talk about it. There we go. There we go, mate. Here we go, cobber. What you got a gun for, Tommy? Is it Germans? There we go. Now, this is garbage. This is garbage, right? Like garbage from the 90s garbage. It is garbage, right? Because I remember this album. Look at the price on it, by the way. JB Hi-Fi, $24.99. Oh, and there are 2 JB Hi-Fis, $24.99, $26.99. and then brought down to $24.99. Pretty sure it's garbage. I don't mean garbage as in it's rubbish. I'm pretty sure it's garbage as in the band. Hang on, let me just do a quick search on this because I'm pretty certain things I do on this channel. What's the album name? 2.0, wasn't it? Version 2.0? Version... I really like the band Garbage and the singer from Garbage. I love her attitude to women as well. Women getting older in age. She wants full support, full empowerment of older women. And I think that is amazing. I watched the whole conversation. Garbage. It has to be Garbage 2.0. I hate how bright this is. Yep. It is. Has to. Yeah, it is. Yep. Cool. Because that's an image. Yep. Cool. So you'll know that that's garbage because of that. Sorry. Hello. I'm down here. You know her face. You know her face. Why can't I look? New tab. Okay, well then don't open the image in a new tab. This beer is, what was it, 5.2? That's actually quite strong for me anyway. Let's go back to Roddy. Roddy Cam. Rotten Roddy. Yeah, I love Garbage. This is not the album I was wanting to find of Garbage's, but you know what? I'm not picky with some of my favorite bands. Not picky. So it's in here. Do you remember when Garbage came out? It was like late 90s, wasn't it? One day I'll have a conversation about my feeling about how the music industry changed after grunge and alternative music and how it became something else. I saw something on Instagram. Someone posted a reel and it was like, what was it? It said like the golden age of alternative music was between 2000 and it was 2001 and 2010. And I'm trying to be like Roddy. I'm not trying to be a less judgmental person, but I visibly let out a snort of disgust. Is that really you really consider the golden age of alternative music to be between 2001 and 2010? I was about this close to writing a reply, not to bash them, but to write a reply but going, I don't consider that to be the golden age of alternative music. Because I distinctly remember the end of the 90s. It would have to have been like at least 1998, 1999, even up to just on 2000, feeling like I was in mourning. I was in mourning for alternative music or grunge or whatever, all the musics of that era, because I felt like it had shifted and I was trying to find new bands. We were always trying to find new bands. You remember in the 90s, we're trying to find new bands. I guess everyone was doing that, but I was trying to find new bands, and it wasn't that hard in the 90s to find a new band or get recommended a band that kind of like was in that rebellious 90s phase. But then when it went from 1999, 2000 onwards, there were bands that were kind of okay, but they weren't the same. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like every music always transitions. Music always changes, shifts and changes and new things come in. But it was like it wasn't the same anymore. That's what I felt. At the time, early thousands, it wasn't the same anymore. And I found myself reaching and grasping for new bands and going, it's not the same. And maybe that was me just wanting to live in the 90s. But it kind of felt like, do I have to live in the past now because I'm not getting the music that I want out of the present? So when I saw this 2000 to 2010 business about being the golden age of alternative music, and it was like random bands as well. Some were good, some I didn't think were that great, but that's my personal opinion. And I remember visibly snorting. I was like, I'm not going to reply. I'm going to do the right thing and not reply, because you know what? Everyone's experiences are their own. Who am I to tell these people that that is not the golden age of music for them, alternative music for them? You know, like my music love's changed as well because music changed. but I still retain my love of older music. I still listen to Nirvana. I guess everyone listens to Nirvana these days. I still listen to old 90s alternative, Mudhoney and Butthole Surfers and lots of different bands from that era. And a lot of really odd stuff, that didn't really, it existed now, but it was built in what I consider the golden age of alternative music, which was the 90s. The 90s were the golden age of alternative music. It was boom. It was like it came out of nowhere, and I think it came out of nowhere out of the 80s and became something in the 90s. So when I hear someone say the golden age of alternative music was 2000 to 2010, of course I'm going to laugh, because it's not the golden age. The golden age happened. It came and it went. It became other things. It became like alt rock and all this other stuff. And no offense, like if you believe otherwise, then I respect. But honestly, before you call 2000 to 2010 the golden age of alternative music, I think you need to dig a bit deeper. I think you need to go a little bit further back. It's like saying that the 90s was the golden age of traditional rock, because it wasn't. It wasn't the golden age for traditional rock. The 70s, even the 60s was the golden age of traditional rock. If you want to go traditional rock, you go late 60s to 70s. So making a claim that it happened in the 90s, untrue. It's my opinion, but I still think I'm right. Does anyone have an opinion on it? Does anyone think that the golden age of alternative rock happened between 2000 and 2010? Where's my... Uh-oh, what have I done? Oh, there we go. Because I don't think so. That's not what I want to get out of my screen. You're not meant to be there. You're meant to be here. I don't believe that. So much blood, sweat, and tears for music happened in the 90s. So many people were kicked down into the dirt for being the people they were and making the music they were making in the 90s. I would even say late 80s, 88, 89, 90. Some of that, new wave punk came from punk in the 80s, which came from punk in the 70s. Alternative rock in the 90s came from like progressive music in the 80s. But people had to suffer for it. The Seattle scene, which everyone claims is the place that alternative music, grunge music, which I never liked the term grunge. I never did. I never liked the term grunge. I thought it was a terrible name. But, it's claiming that it all happened later. People fought for that shit. People fought for that shit in the 90s. I remember being in a little, I wouldn't call it a country town, like a little lakeside town in the 90s, playing solo music and trying to form bands, being around lots of bands in the 90s. We were outcasts, man. We were fucking outcasts. People called us fringe dwellers. We were called fringe dwellers. Weirdos. We were weirdos. If we wore a cardigan and old jeans and Converse sneakers, and some old man's top from the op shop, we were weirdos. And, you could get beat up for that shit. I used to carry around a hockey stick at night time when I was walking between people's houses because, man, bad shit happened to weirdos. The town was okay if you're a biker, you're okay. If you're like not hick because I'm not in Australia. If you're a bogan, if you're a redneck, I guess we use that. Well, you're all fine. You fit in. But if you're a alternative person, you're a fringe dweller. And you used to cop it. And yeah, we made ourselves fit in. We fought for that shit. Imagine being in a band in any other place in the world. You would have to fight to fit in. And this is why I don't get when people say the golden age is between 2000 and 2010. It's not. It's not. I say we, like I had anything to do with it. But musicians in the 90s laid the foundations for alt rock and alternative music between 2000 and 2010. That's why that's so laughable to me. It's not the golden age. It's not the golden age. We were the golden age. Our time was the golden age. Because you know what? I saw the scorn for music, and then I saw the scorn turn into love, and then I saw the love turn into passion. And it became passion in 2000 plus. But it took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for musicians to make themselves known. People used to laugh at the Pixies. People used to laugh at Sonic Youth. It was only fans that loved them. And if you wore a T-shirt, which you can buy, by the way, at any Kmart or Target these days, I see old people walking around with T-shirts of bands. I'm like, man, you couldn't even find a shirt anywhere. You couldn't even find a shirt anywhere, and you had to pay for it, and you had to live with the consequences of wearing that shirt in public. I remember when I bought a Dinosaur Jr. shirt, had a big cow on the front of it, and I got laughed at in the street. I used to get laughed at in the street. What now? You can just go to Kmart, and it's like just whatever's there, you can put it on, and no one cares. Nobody even really knows who the band is. Anyway, that's a whole new discussion. Garbage. I just went on the biggest rant ever. I blame the beer. Can I blame the beer? Let's blame the beer. That's what I should do. Garbage 2.0. So that was a good find after 10 minutes of ranting about music. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here to talk about real things. I'm not here to like make you feel better about your lives. Okay? Hopefully that's just a byproduct of what I do. I'm not here to like, hey, you're all awesome. Subscribe for more. That's what I hate on Instagram and YouTube. People putting up random little 1-minute reels and then just going, subscribe for more. And then it cuts off halfway through. I'm like, yeah, mate, that's not what I'm all about. Garbage 2.0. Let's check the disc before I go on another rant. If Mark was here, if Mark was watching, he'd love every second of this. He'd be like, man, what are you doing? What are you talking about? He'd probably agree with me, to be honest. All right, yeah, cool. Very cool, very good. There we go. There's the money shot. Look at that. Garbage, the whole band. 2.0. I paid $2 for this. It's in really clean condition. There is a crack in one of these cases. No, not this one. I love Garbage. The first time Garbage released their very first album that eludes me, the name eludes me. We're all like, what the heck is this music? It was like the next step up. So I paid $2 for it. Now, I don't recall all the tracks off this album. I recall some of them. But for $2, that is a brilliant find. Where am I going to stack these? I have no room left. Put you up there. Where's my next one? Now, this is awesome because I found, sticky taped once again, I found their second album, Jet Age. That should give you an indication of who I'm talking about. I found their second album, Jet Age, at an op shop. And I was like, damn, I really wish I'd found the first album, Sumo. Do you know who I'm talking about? Does anyone know who I'm talking about? Is anyone even here? That's the question. Is anyone here? Or are you out partying? Living your life? Probably living your life. I found the second album, Jet Age. And I was happy about that when I found it at the op shop. Were really clean. And it's an original disc too. But here's their first album. Super Jesus. You can bag them out if you want. You can bag them out and you can be like, they're a flash in the pan. Yeah, they were, but they stuck around for a bit. This album's fantastic. This album is fantastic. And her vocals, her vocals are amazing. She's beautiful. She's got a beautiful voice. You can fall in love with her just for her voice. She's got an amazing voice. Yeah, they weren't like, rocking the hemisphere. Rocking the world. I don't know why I said hemisphere. $2. But this is Sumo. This is their first album. Great, 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 great album. They weren't the most amazing men in the world. But you know what? I really liked them. I really liked them. They really spoke to me. It's got Down Again, Saturation, Sandfly, Now and Then, Ashes, I'm Stained, the six covering it, Honey Rider. What's that title? Dead something. Oh, what's this one? Don't let the federal government stop the music. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Look at it. Look at them. And she's beautiful. Super Jesus. There is a track on here that is not coming up. And I found this random thing inside of it. Look, didn't realize that was. I thought, don't let the federal government stop the music. I saw this side first. I wasn't sure what it was. The end. City prices and parallel importing. What is the story? So this is a whole like protest thing in here. Yep. So what else is on the inside? Big sumo body on the inside. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful music. I want to know what the title's called though. I thought Sumo had another track on it. Dead Ended and Milk. There was another track. Hang on, let me get my album Sumo up on my streaming service because there was a track on here. Sorry, I need to compare. I need to compare. Come on, Sumo. I've been listening to a lot of punk lately, actually. Skate punk, pop punk. Can I go Sumo? I just want to look at the title tracks because that's yeah, Super Jesus. I think it's down again. I think it's down again. Hang on. I'm going to mute you for a second. Hang on. Because no one's watching anyway. It doesn't make a difference. Unless there is. Hello. Sorry. I didn't mean to say that you're not watching. Whoever's watching. Give me 2 seconds. Hang on. Mute my microphone. I don't want to get stung by YouTube. Hang on. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I just had to listen to the tracks because I thought that the title of the tracks was the title of, like the main verse. But it's not. So yeah, that's okay. It's all legit. I'm just used to listening to remaster ones where they add extra tracks. But anyway, this is Super Jesus. This is fantastic, and I'm really, 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 really stoked to find it for $2 in an op shop to complete. I don't know if they've released any other ones, but to complete what I consider my 2 album collection of the Super Jesus. So really, really happy about that. And don't care if you think it's funny. Oh, by the way, welcome to Retro Toy Princess. She says, hiya, I have to go run some errands, but I have you up and playing on the screen. And I will replay in a bit. Hope you're having a stupendous day. Thank you so much, Alison, who is Retro Toy Princess. If you are on YouTube or you spend time on YouTube or Instagram, go ahead and follow and subscribe to her on both Instagram and YouTube. She does color in, what was it? Color and Chill? Was it Retro Toy Princess? It was, I should just call you Alison, shouldn't I? I feel so, like I'm being so personal with you and we haven't met in person. You do like Color and Chill, which is like, I think a lot of retro color in books as well, which is really brave of you. I don't know if I could do that, but really good at coloring in. Like, I know that sounds like a really simple thing to say, but like you've got to check out the way she colors in her color in books. Like she's an artist in her own right, just from the coloring inside of things. Either way, welcome, Alison. Great to have you here. Always great for you to drop in. You probably might have missed my rant, or maybe you didn't. I'm not too sure. It's the beer talking. It's just the beer talking. My rant about alternative music. Yeah, so welcome. And of course, replay, she's replay crew all the way. So if you're here live, always happy, you'll be replay crew later. All good. All right, last album that I found. I was really hoping for more, but I only found this last one. We got the Magic Dirt album last time, the very first album. And now I found Magic Dirt's Tough Love. Now, I don't know a lot about this album. Actually, I probably should check the date that's on the back. 2003. Okay, so that's not terrible. It's early days, but later early days. I'm happy to listen to it. And I do, just in case you wonder, when I've said to you before, when you're watching that, I get a CD and I go, oh, it's sticky tape, but I've listened to it. I stream it. Okay, if you ever be like, that's weird that he listened to it, but he had to peel the sticky tape off. It's because I get the album, I make sure it's on Apple Music, who I subscribe to, and I stream it first, and then I open it later and make sure it's all good. Because I have a Sherwood, beautiful Sherwood 5 CD player up here. This one doesn't have sticky tape, strangely enough. And I listen to them through this in here. So I try to keep them clean so I can listen to them in here, and I stream the ones I want to like or continue listening to on my phone through my car or in the house or whatever. So this was already opened. There are some deepish, you can see that one immediately at the top there. If I feel it gently, I know you're not meant to do this. That feels like surface to me. I think that's okay. Surface scratches that look kind of deep. They look nasty. Look at that. That's a bit nasty. But it will play. I think that will play. And if I buffed it properly, it would be okay. Anyway, I haven't really heard this album. Oh, gosh. Pretty cool looking on the inside cover. Not like the cassette days, you know? Like, that's a real memory for me. Opening the sleeves up and unfolding them like 100 kilometers to the right. But, you know, you got this little booklet here with the cool vampire teeth on the outside and all of this handwritten stuff that we all love. We all love this stuff. Little drawings and doodles and stuff. Like, man, that's the days that I grew up in. It's where I matured. Well, I don't think I was totally mature. I was a bit immature. But we loved all this stuff. Hand-drawn posters. When we were doing music back in the day, ain't she pretty? Yeah. Good old Adelita. She's still making music now. Yeah, but back in the day, we used to make our own posters. We used to make our own, you know, album covers and things like that. So really happy to have that for $2. I just think that a band like Magic Dirt, you really can't go wrong. They shift and change, but you can't really go wrong with Magic Dirt. All right, we've lingered on music for a really long time. They're going to go into the CD collection, which is now up there. I've moved them. I've still got to remove some from down here. And go through some. Maybe I should stash them in here a little bit. Let's get them out of the way. Where am I going to put them? I'll put them over here. Have you guessed the movie yet? Over here? Have you guessed the movie? Anyone? And everyone, if you're watching, everyone wish Alison a wonderful day. She wished me a wonderful day. I'm going to wish her a wonderful day as well. I picked these up today as well. These are... Now, I'm not sure if I already own one of them. I'm not going to go looking now. But I think I have a less nice copy of one of these. And I just picked it up because I thought it's got the beautiful Forever Young collection, family favorites, with the sparkles on it. So I picked it up. Oh, it's sealed. God damn it. These are all taped up. I'll open them later. I'm not going to bore you with them. The first one I picked up was Short Circuit because I had it on a 3-movie collection or a 2-movie collection. I have Short Circuit 2 separately on its own. But I'm pretty sure I found this already. But I like, look at the sparkles. It's got the sparkles at the top. And number 5 is alive. Come on. Short Circuit, man. It's legit. It's got widescreen 16:9 and 235/1. $2. I'm not a fan for the $2 movies, but I picked it up. I was kind of like, I'll try to figure out which one's the better copy and then get rid of the other one. I'm pretty sure I get confused with a few movies that have multiple movies in them, But I picked up The Librarian. Noah Weil is The Librarian. Quest for the Spear. Do I own this one? I don't know. I can't remember, but I don't recall this cover with the spear in the bottom of it. And I think I have number 1. Oh, you know what? I can't remember. I don't remember if I have number 1 and number 3 or number 2 and number 3, but I have like 2 of them. And I figured that I'd get this one just in case it's the one I'm missing. Because, you know, when you collect enough movies, you forget which ones you own. I think this one I don't own, but I'll have to double check that. Not a great movie. You know, like, think of these like your straight-to-TV kind of movie. They never really... They might have had a theatrical release, but they wouldn't have been anything more than a glorified television movie. I'm pretty sure these were glorified television movies. I don't think they got theatrical releases. Somebody can correct me. Replay crew, anybody on Replay crew, a fan of The Librarian, you are most welcome to correct me. I'm more than happy to be corrected because it's all knowledge and information. Sticky tape off. I just want to check the disc is okay. Yeah, disc is smudgy, a couple of scratches, but pretty good. It's The Librarian 2, right? No! No! Oh, this is why. This is why. Oh, come on. I've got this one. Alright, I'm going to tell you why I'm upset. This is lucky I checked. I mean, not lucky. I checked at home. Look, it's called The Librarian Quest for the Spear, which I'm pretty sure is the 3rd movie. Man. Alright. This is what frustrates me. Look, Librarian Quest for the Spear. Librarian 2. Come on, righty up. Return to King Solomon's Mines. It's the wrong movie in the wrong case. Alright, okay. That's okay. $2 down the tube. Alright. So, wrong movie in the wrong case. At least they looked in, they were like, oh, Librarian. They wouldn't have checked anything beyond that. Yep, so, yeah, that movie doesn't exist in here. Great. Just great. Just fucking great. Now I've got a movie that doesn't mean anything. This was a good find. I didn't open it and check it. Is there tape on it? There's no tape on it. Yay. I picked this up. Oh, God, it would have been about 6 months ago and put it back thinking, oh, it's a cheap movie. I'm sure I'll find it somewhere and haven't found it since. I was like, damn it. I went back to get it and it was gone. Bill Pullman, classic people. Bill Pullman and Bill Paxton in one movie. Has the same name as a very famous Peter Jackson movie, but it's not that movie. Brain Dead. So it's about surgeons and crooked businessmen trying to learn something about bringing dead people alive or dead brains alive. Look at that front cover, though. I should have bought this when I found it. It does say on the front, horror, violence, and coarse language. The one I found originally had a better picture on the back than this. But if you read the back of it, it does say, mind game of a film based on a screenplay by Twilight Zone contributor Charles Beaumont. Brain Dead follows an experimental brain researcher, Bill Pullman, who agrees to dig into the grey matter of a schizophrenic scientist, only to fall prey to his patient's psychosis. Pullman is blackmailed by a manipulative business friend, Bill Paxton, into studying the case history of a paranoid scientist turned serial killer in order to profit from the secrets held in his mind. But Pullman's ordeal takes one hairpin turn after another as he becomes lost in a maze of alternate realities, no longer able to sort fantasy from reality or paranoia from persecution. In a tradition of the great psychological thrillers, including Vanilla Sky, Lost Highway, and Brazil, this is a terrifying, mind-bending suspense at its best. It's flashback entertainment, so it's not going to be... Oh, it's in 4:3. Always disappointed to find when things are in 4:3. I mean, like widescreen, just traditional widescreen would be great, but it is flashback entertainment. It doesn't give a year. It doesn't give a year. Oh, sorry, it does. 1989. I didn't know it was an 80s movie. I thought this was 90s all the way. But then again, they do look quite young. So yeah, 1989. Brain Dead. I guess it's going to be in the similar vein to the way that existence impacts you, and like what else did they refer to? Yeah, Vanilla Sky, Lost Highway in Brazil. But I guess I'll have to see it and see what I think about Bill Pullman and Bill Paxton. Two great actors. Bill Paxton is one of my favorite actors. So we'll put that aside with my other movie that is the wrong movie in there. The next two, I picked this one up. I can't recall if I found this one before. I'm at that stage now where I'm starting to feel like I'm doubting myself and I'm not sure if I own something. But I don't think I own it separately. I think that's the main thing. An old movie. Is this Flashback Entertainment? No, this is RAM Entertainment. RAAM Entertainment. Another cheap one. Very clean. Probably because it's a reprint. And is it 4:3? Yes, it's 4:3. God damn it. But Star Hunter. Roddy McDowall and Stella Stevens in Star Hunter. I just picked it up because the cover looked great. And I'm pretty sure I might have it on maybe a multi-disc somewhere. What year is this? Is it actually going to tell me on this one? It only goes for 89 minutes. No year. Nope, this one doesn't give me a year. Or it's hidden in the white section of the back here. I'm pretty sure this is 80s, maybe mid-80s, early 80s to mid-80s, Star Hunter. But I had to pick it up. Anyone want to tell me whether they've seen this before? It says Star Hunters are the space monsters who hunt helpless creatures for pleasure. One night, a couple of high school football players, or they say football players, and their cheerleaders are returning home after the lost game. But when their bus makes the wrong turn, they are going to meet those creatures and the real game will begin. Wow, terrible, terrible spelling on the back here. But RAM Entertainment isn't a movie distribution place that I completely trust in terms of like their copies of things. This one I picked up. Oh, this is no sticky tape either. Kind of surface scratchy. Is this movie still playing in the background? Oh, you could probably tell which movie it is. Let's cover it. Let's just play it again. Play it again. Play it again, Sam. I picked it up because it had, I think, Christopher Lee in it. And it's in full color for back in the day. Arabian Adventure. Look at this beautiful cover. I picked it up mostly for the cover. I picked it up and put it down a couple of times. And I picked it up and then I was like, nah, I'm taking it. It's $2. Look at that beautiful cover. I think that's Christopher Lee there. Christopher Lee. Who else is in it? Oliver Tobias and Emma Sams. Is that all there is to it? Christopher Lee, Oliver Tobias, Milo O'Shea, and Emma Sams. Who directed it? Screenplay by, producers by, directed by Kevin Connor. I don't know who that is. But it is in 16:9. Only goes for 98 minutes, which is kind of long. The story behind this is an evil caliph offers his daughter's hand in marriage to a prince if he can complete a perilous quest for a magical rose. Helped by a young boy and a magic carpet, Prince Hassan has to overcome genies, fire-breathing monsters, and treacherous swamps to reach his prize and claim the hand of Princess Zulira. So it's kind of, they say on the front, where does it say? It says it somewhere. Yeah, here. Star Wars with flying carpets. And that's what sold me. It was like Star Wars with flying carpets. Soar into a magical world of action, excitement, and enchantment. It's got Christopher Lee. And that's another reason why I bought it. It just looks really cool. Arabian Adventure. Disc is mostly pretty clean, for the most part. These are not going to balance very well if I leave them up here for too much longer. All right, let us move on to the next set of DVDs and VHS. That beer is so nice. Very chocolatey. Very, very chocolatey. All right, so we're down to 3 DVDs, separate place. I went to, gosh, where did I get them from? A Vinnie's and a Savers. Was it Savers? A Vinnie's and a, I went somewhere else, I can't remember where. Got 3 DVDs and a VHS pack. Let's do the DVDs first. I picked up this one, which is not sealed off, and I'm pretty sure I checked the disc, and it was pretty clean. I haven't seen this movie. I've heard a lot of things about it. I picked up Passengers, Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, some good actors. And science fiction. I like so. If you know me, you'll know that I like science fiction. I'm probably doing less science fiction these days than I normally would. But yeah, it's a thriller slash, I wouldn't say it's a horror. I'd say it's a science fiction thriller. Let's read the back. Aurora and Jim on board a spaceship transporting them to a new life on another planet. The trip takes a deadly turn when their hibernation pods mysteriously wake them 90 years before they reach their destination. As they try to unravel the mystery behind the malfunction, they discover that the ship itself is in grave danger. With the lives of 5,000 sleeping passengers at stake, only Jim and Aurora can save them all. Yeah, so I got a funny feeling it's kind of like, I don't know, like Moon or 2001 Space Odyssey. It's got something else is going on there. Or maybe he's the bad guy. I don't really know. But Passengers, picked it up, $2. No, it was $1. Sorry, $1 Rooney. So there's that one. Not really that many. I picked this one up because it was a game. And it's the uncut version. The disc is, for the most part, pretty clean. And it has Mark Wahlberg in it. Max Payne. It was a game. And they made a movie out of it. It's the uncut version. I'm pretty sure, I never played Max Payne, but I'm pretty sure it's superstitious, like a satanic or something. Mark Wahlberg delivers an explosive performance in this action-packed thriller based on the legendary hard-hitting video game. Max Payne is a maverick cop with little regard for rules and nothing left to lose. Hell-bent on revenge, he's determined to track down those responsible for the brutal murder of his family, but his obsessive investigation takes him on a nightmarish journey where dark fantasy collides with stark reality. As the mystery deepens, Max is forced to battle enemies beyond the natural world and face an unthinkable betrayal that will drive him to the edge of his own sanity. Sanity. There we go. Picked it up. It was $1. It was $1. Don't believe me? There it is. It's $1. It's $1 Rooney. Max Payne. Don't own it. Don't know why I've never seen it. There was a time in my life when I didn't watch that many movies. And that was one of those times. Pick this one up. It's a double. It's not a double disc. It's a double movie on one disc, which means the quality is probably going to be very, very bad. What is it playing in? Oh, yeah, Payless. Yay. 4:3. Of course it is. It is in color, though. It's 185 minutes. I don't know which one's at 185 minutes because there's 2. PAL All Zone. 4:3. Rating M. I picked it up because it's old. Back in the day when you had Don the Dragon Wilson, who was like the cheap version of Arnold Schwarzenegger or any of those kind of martial arts kind of people. Cyber Tracker and Cyber Tracker 2. And luckily, for my convenience, they put them on one disc in 4:3. So they're not going to play well. Usually my experience with 4:3 is the occasional ones will be in good quality, but 4:3. And a lot of them are just in very poor quality, like they've been recorded off a recording in 4:3. So, Cyber Tracker. It's, you know, science fiction, cyborg. Yeah. I just got it because it was schlocky. You know it's going to be bad. And you know you're going to be like, here we go. It's going to be a bad movie. I don't think they last more than... I think the 2 discs together are 185 minutes, which probably makes them about an hour each. Just over an hour each. Yeah, couldn't say no. There wasn't really much else there. All right, now down to our VHS, which is our last. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Things fell out. Put them back in again. Luckily they fell inside the bag. There's some good ones. Case on one's a bit janky though. All right, let's fix this up. Okay, so you know how much I love VHS tapes, but you also know how much I love VHS box sets. I wouldn't normally have picked this up, except that it is a box set. And why not have everything of this on VHS, even though I have no room for this at all. No room, none. I picked up a $8, oh my God, that was so expensive. I had to think about it for a second. $8, 3 VHS tapes, $8. James Bond, Sean Connery. Shaken, not stirred, Moneypenny. James Bond set, box set. Let's see the box set. There's 3 movies, and I love my box sets. There's something about box sets I really like. I don't know, it's a disease. I don't know what to tell you. I've got quite a few box sets in VHS. So in this one you get You Only Live Twice. I think these are all, yeah, they're all Sean Connery. Which means they're all classic movies. They're all classic James Bond. One has a cut case though, so I'm going to have to fix that. You got You Only Live Twice, Diamonds Are Forever, and Thunderball. Thunderball was one of my favorite movies. As you can see from the back end here, you've got them all listed. Rotten Roddy will focus in a moment. Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, and Diamonds Are Forever. Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, and Diamonds Are Forever are there. Classic Sean Connery. And individually, they are right here, Miss Moneypenny. Classic covers. But I should check them inside because I haven't done that yet. But $8 is a bit steep. That makes them $2.70 something each, I think. You Only Live Twice. Let's check inside, make sure they're there, because they often are reversed, wrong way around. You Only Live Twice is in there. Great looking, you know, beautiful looking VHS cassette. Dropping stuff everywhere. You Only Live Twice, that's the first one. Diamonds Are Forever, another fantastic movie. Is it in there? Yes, it's in there. Beautiful looking topper in it. And then obviously you've got the cassette itself. Looking beautiful. Beautiful. MGM, isn't it? Yeah, MGM. Wonderful. They made wonderful posters. Diamonds Are Forever, 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 forever. Yeah, I love back in the day collecting movie posters. James Bond was always a classic. And then you've got this really cut up plastic case. Can you see how torn up it is, Roddy? Can you focus? Focus, Roddy. Look, it's all cut up. I'll have to. Look, it's not a terrible case to find. I think I could do a swap. But this one is Thunderball, which is a fantastic movie. Look up, look down, look out. And I'm pretty sure that is in there as well. Looking wonderful, except for the case. All right, so that's all of my physical media finds currently. The VHS ones are great. The DVD ones are okay. I need to have a bio break, which means I've been drinking too much beer. And I need to have a break from it. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm going to put you on mute. You won't see my mouth emitting anything in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, all right, all right. Sorry to make you wait. Sorry to make you wait. Hang on. Let's get back to our main screen. Go back to Rotten Roddy. I needed that after drinking all that beer. Still got beer to drink. But that's our physical media for now. I'm actually, I think, going to just do the toy talk for the evening, and then we're going to cut it off from there because I think I've been ranting a bit tonight. I've been talking a lot about, which is justifiable. I have feelings too. I can talk about things I like. That's the whole channel is based around me. Talking about my opinions on music and all sorts of stuff. And that's what I do here. I talk about that stuff. I talk about how it makes me feel because I'm the presenter of the channel. So, yeah, I've wasted a lot of time talking about stuff. So we're going to do Toy Talk very, very briefly. And then we are going to close off for the evening and have a better plan next week. But look, there's always plenty of stuff to talk about in here. I think I've only really sort of scraped the surface with what I collect in here. I think you've probably seen maybe like 6% of what's in here. One day, if somebody asks me, I might do a room tour, which means I'll have to tidy up because I've got lots of stuff in here at the moment. Tidying up is the hardest thing. Tidying and building stuff because I always need to build. But I think we need to move on to Toy Talk. But first, I've got to finish this beautiful beer. So good. So very, very good. All right, let us move on to... did I show you my fireplace? You've already seen my fireplace, but let's look at it again. I'm not watching it at the moment. I'm not watching Clone Wars at the moment, but that's my fireplace. It's still going. Into summer, it will turn into an aquarium, I think. Into an aquarium. But currently, it is a fireplace. A CRT with a fireplace in it. So cool. So very cool. I've got to find a better one though. I think I've been looking at the same fire for a very, very long time. All right, let's go to... is my microphone on? Can you hear me?
Can you all hear me?
I'm pretty sure you can all hear me. I'm pretty sure you can all hear
Can you all hear me?
Yes. You can hear me. All right, let's go. We're not doing mail, so I'm not doing news, even though I was going to talk a little bit more about the upcoming Tron movie, which will be just around my birthday. I'm very excited to go see it. Maybe, hopefully, if some of my friends are back from wherever they are, maybe we can all go together. That would be fantastic. But I'm not going to do that tonight. So let's talk about toys. Let's talk about toys, baby. Let's talk about you and plastic.
Can you all?
No.
Toy Talk.
One of the things I found, welcome to Toy Talk, by the way. One of the things I found today when I was looking at DVDs and VHS tapes was at the Vinnies. And they had a few Star Wars things there. They had those like build it yourself paper R2-D2, build it yourself paper Darth Vader head, build it yourself paper Millennium Falcon, which I was kind of interested in because I have a few Millennium Falcons up here, including a legacy one, which we'll talk about one day. But no, they were like $7 for these paper packs. And to be honest, I don't have time for building that stuff. And if I get it wrong, then I've wrecked it. So yeah, I left it behind. What I did pick up, even though I'm not a huge fan of the sequels, I still quite like the Stormtroopers. I don't really have an issue with the Stormtroopers from the sequels because they're just like modernized Stormtroopers. I don't know why they needed to do it, but they did it. It's okay. I picked this semi-beat up box. Cost me $6. I wasn't too stoked on the price, but I put aside my qualms for the price. And I was just making sure my microphone actually was on. Did I leave the sticker on here? Wasn't the sticker at the top? Or was that at the bottom? Or was that at the bottom? Yeah. $6. $6. I didn't want to pay $6, but I picked up this cool looking Stormtrooper in Lego. Sealed, but beat up. Somebody tell me that was a good price. I'm not a huge sequels fan. You know this. You all know this. The first movie, Force Awakens, was okay until the end of The Force Awakens. And then every movie after that was a pile of dog shit as far as I'm concerned. Please don't be upset with me if you like them. I've had some people get really offended at me and go on huge rants at me when I have an opinion on it. It's not for me. If it's for you, I'm really happy for you. If you're one of the 6% of people in the world that liked it, which we're talking some facts here, I don't think it was 6% exactly, but of the loyal fans that have been loving the Star Wars series since, the 70s, you would be the 94% that fought against it or kind of tried to like it or found things to like about it but didn't ultimately love it. If you're the 6% that liked it, happy for you. But not a fan. Not a fan of the... I've got them. I own them. My kids watch them occasionally. Not a fan. They irk me. They irk me to the shithouse. They irk me so badly. Bad storytelling, bad characters, political platforms that people jump on. I want to like them more, but very poor storytelling. And honestly, you don't need to put your sexuality on a platform. You don't need to make a point. I've said this before 100 times. You don't need to use a movie to make a point. You don't need to be political in a movie for political's sake. You don't need to do it. That's what they did. That's what they did. They got rid of... They literally wiped the world of the old characters. First they kill Han, then they kill Luke, then they kill Leia. Killed Leia. We all know what you're doing. You said it at the beginning. Get rid of the old, bring in the new. I didn't like that. I thought it was disrespectful. You could have respectfully done something with the characters and moved on without doing what you're doing. Anyway, regardless of my political opinions, rotten Roddy, pretty cool looking stormtrooper. Sealed. I mean, a little bit buff looking, and the packaging is less than is to be desired. But, I have a soft spot in my heart for Lego. It won't be coming out of the box, but you can see it's bent. The box is... Can it focus on the bending? Yeah, see the bowed? But I don't mind that. It's got a bit of character. You hear that? It's very bowed on the side. But sealed. I thought $6 is a lot less than it would have cost initially. It would have cost what? What do you reckon this would have cost? Do you reckon this would have cost like $30-40? I don't know. But I'm assuming that this was from back in the day, maybe? I should take the sticker off before it ruins the packaging even more. I should look this up. Should I look it up? I should probably look it up. It's first order, so it would have been... Let's look it up. Can we look it up? Can we turn this into whatever price stuff is on eBay? Let's do that, and then we'll close off. Let's look this up. That's all I really wanted to show you for Toy Talk. I like Lego. I don't have room for pretty much anything that I currently own. So collecting Lego to unbox and build and put on the shelf is not going to happen for me. I know that Allison, we've had this discussion before about going down the Lego wormhole. Like, we make a conscious decision not to do that. I think the only things I would probably do that with if I found it affordably, boxed, unopened, would be the Razor Crest and the Millennium Falcon. Or Boba Fett's Starship. I think those would be the only ones I would probably go down the wormhole with if it was affordable enough for me, but I wouldn't take it out of the packet. But this was in the packet, $6. Couldn't really say no. Let's go and have a look at Roddy Cam. Sorry, not Roddy Cam, Screen Cam. Where's my Screen Cam? I need to fix this up. I've got a little Stream Deck down here. I should plug it in one day and use it. There we go. We're not going to do that, are we? Hang on. Screwing myself up here. I'm looking at my own YouTube. Let's go to eBay. 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 There we go. Now let's go to desktop screen. Let's go. Pretty sure I was already... Wasn't I signed in before? Ah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Neither here nor there. Let's go. First order Stormtrooper. Has it got a code number? Hasn't it got a code number in it? There you go. Item. Lego. Saves me doing this. 613. Sorry, 613. 6876. 6876. I'm the most terrible typer in the world. Nope, that's not right. 613. That's better. No? What? 613. 6876. 6876. Really? Oh no, it's the wrong code. 75114. 75114. There we go. There we go. Whoa. Are you looking at what I'm looking at right now? That's opened. That's opened. That's... It's a retired set. Yeah, but their sets are in much better condition than my set. What the fuck? Okay, so, but yeah, these are really clean. Mine's like clean on one side, nice and straight on one side, and really bent on the other side. That's opened. This one is first order, brand new, $175. Opened. Let's go back to the top. Hang on. So this one's $80.99, and that's a bit bowed as well. It's new and sealed. First order Stormtrooper, 2016. Dude, this is 2016. 2016. Are you for real? I just randomly decided to randomly buy this. I mean, it's cool and stuff, but just randomly paid $6 for it. It's like nearly 10 years old. $99.99. $49.95. Oh, that's opened. With the books and everything out. $175.98, but that's in brand new condition. 43 plus postage. That's United Kingdom. This one's a bit beat up. Wow, this one's more beat up than mine is. Retired NIB damaged box. 73 Australian. That's cray. This guy over here has got like the laser sitting out of the wrong spot. He wants $83.99. You tell him they're dreaming, mate. Tell him they're dreaming. Look at this one. It is bent. Can I look at this bigger? Let's look at the box bigger. I don't think you understand how bent this box is. Can I make this bigger? There you go. Look. Look how bent this box is. Like really destroyed. They want $73.91 for it. I was supposed to do... that.
What overpriced stuff is on eBay?
Oh, man. Roddy cam. Desktop screen. Great. Look at that. That's messed up, man. That's messed up. Okay, let's go back. That is cray. I need to log off. It's really late. It's 4 o'clock. Look, 110 sealed. 92.48 sealed. That looks a bit bent as well. Can we look at that one? I should hold this in camera. Not holding it in camera. My microphone that has no name. That is really quite bent up. Look at that. They want $92.48 for this. I could be sitting on a landmine right here. I'm sitting on a landmine. No, that's not a good term. Sitting on a landmine? That's not a good term. I gotta have there's a better term than that, surely. I made that up. Landmine's not good. I'm sitting on a gold mine. Not a landmine, you fucking doofus. A gold mine. Gold mine, not a landmine. Landmine blows you up. Gold mine gives you money. Look at that. Look how bent that is. That's worse than this. They want $92.48 for it. Crazy. Cray. That one's a bit bent up. What do they want for that one? 67.26. Yeah. It's kind of clean. Bit scuffy. Pretty straight. Some wrinkles. Landmine. All right. You guys have to ignore, after I've had a beer or two, you got to ignore me trying to make relevant comments and using the English language in such a way as to only make myself seem more stupider. Yeah, there you go. Interesting. And our toy talk. Our toy talk turned out to be quite interesting indeed. Oh, I want that. I love K2SO. I'll show you a photo one day. I've got a giant K2SO over there. And I love Alan Tudyk's performance as him in Rogue One. Yeah, I know there's that one, obviously, and then you got Darth Vader. Yeah, Darth Vader's okay, I guess. But K2SO is fantastic. All right, I think we're going to end it there. We've got this fantastic little piece of Lego here for $6 that I never even considered to be worth anything. There you go. There's some expensive stuff out there. Crazy. Crazy. Let's get off this screen. Go back to Rotten Roddy Cam. There you go. I've got potentially between, if I believe, people will buy in this condition, I've got between a $60 and $100 Lego toy here from 2016. Who would have thunk it? Randomly bought it thinking it looked kind of cool. Nothing else besides that. Still in the box. There you go. Fantastic. Put that up there with our other toys. Don't fall. And we're going to call it a day, guys. I need to go back to my other screen. There we go. Hope you've enjoyed my rambling. I mostly rambled, to be honest, and it was mostly physical media. So if you like what I do, please go ahead and consider subscribing. Small gesture by you and a huge impact to me as a small content creator. A like, a comment, a share, a dislike even. All of that stuff is really good for my channel. So please consider doing it. You can always unsubscribe later if you subscribe today. I've had a few subscribe and unsubscribers lately, which is fine. But they're the kind of people that are like, oh, I've subscribed to your channel. And then you're supposed to subscribe to theirs. And then when you subscribe to theirs, they unsubscribe from you. So I've had a few of those lately. I'm not a fan of that. In the meantime, though, thank you so much, guys, for sticking around. And Alison, I hope you're having a good day. I hope you said you're up and about doing stuff. I hope you're having a good day. Good luck with your next Color and Chill episode. Guys, make sure go and follow Alison Troy, Retro Toy Princess. She's got some really good documentaries on toys, by the way, as well. I should have mentioned that before. She's got some really good documentaries that she does on toys, certain toy lines. You should definitely follow her for those, if not anything else, including the Color and Chill. And follow her on Instagram and subscribe to her on YouTube. But thank you guys very much for your time. Once again, I'm sorry. I know I came across like I wasn't going to be here tonight, but I'm really wrestling with the lack of people on the channel. And it's not a reflection of the people that are watching. So please don't think that I'm disappointed that there's only you. It's not that. I'm on YouTube for a reason. It's not to be a millionaire, but it is to start a community and talk to people. And if without the community, it can be a bit disheartening. I don't know how to say that, when you feel like you're not really reaching those goals. So a share and a like and a comment and all that is all very helpful for me. And I'm going to try to maybe think up better ways of making this channel work, I think. And maybe I will be going to another streaming platform like GEEK or somewhere else like that. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I need more eyeballs on what I'm doing. Thanks, guys, very much for all your time. Love you. Leave you. Have a great one. Whatever you do, keep collecting. Keep collecting. It's not hoarding. Just remember that. I want to make a t-shirt that says that. It's not hoarding. It's not hoarding. It's collecting. All right. If somebody makes your heart feel like you're doing something wrong, you're not. You're not doing anything wrong. You're collecting. If it makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting someone, you're not a psycho killer, you're not hurting another person. If you're collecting makes you happy, just do it. Just do it. Don't spend all your money and be broke. Moderation. It's all moderation. Okay? I do everything in moderation here. All of this has been built up. All of my kingdom has been built up slowly. You know, I might have spent a bit too much here and there, but it's all in dribs and drabs. I Afterpay sometimes, I use Zip sometimes I pay in full. But I just make sure I balance my life out so it doesn't impact me. And I would recommend that to anyone. If you are spending too much money, rein it in. Find a way to just go, I'll appreciate the small things. And then you start collecting bit by bit. And do you know what? A year passes by really quickly. Suddenly you got everything. I don't have everything. But collect. Keep collecting, guys. Whatever makes you happy, do it. Once again, as long as you're a good person and you're not doing anything crazy, keep collecting. And you're not a hoarder. I believe in you. And yeah, what do I say at the end of every episode? I always do two things and I have to make them up immediately and then I can't do it. So let's say, have a good one, guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Don't forget to walk your Wookiees and lick your Luke Skywalkers. Please don't lick your Luke Skywalkers. What is wrong with me? Seriously, I need to see someone. Have a good one, guys. Do not lick Luke Skywalker. He's not going to be close to you anyway, but even the toys, it's just creepy. Just don't do that. All right. I love you. See you on the next episode. Did you guess the movie? I'm going to tell you. I keep forgetting to tell you. Did you guess the movie? It was the 1958 version of The Blob. The Blob. They remade it in the 80s. This is the 1958 version of The Blob. You probably didn't see it very much because you didn't see it much in the movie. But thank you for staying long enough to hear that it's The Blob. Surprised that it's widescreen though, and very clear. I thought this was the case that I had. This is the case I had. I'm like, oh, this is going to be really bad quality for sure. I've had this for years. Indestructible. Sorry, indescribable, indestructible. Nothing can stop it. The Blob. Yeah, plays really well. Really clean copy. Stoked. All right, it's past 4. I need to go. Have a good one, guys. Have a good sleep. Thank you, Alison. Have a good day. Good luck with your next episode. And we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, this is Neon Doom Room in the Doom vlog. And this is my new little bumper. And then we'll go straight to the outro. Have a good one, guys. Have a wonderful Sunday or Saturday if you're in America. Later.